The Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel has stood for nearly a century, a monument to Hollywood dreams. The first Oscar ceremony was held here. Its halls lined with photographs of people the world will never forget. But on a warm day in May 1993, while a crowd gathered inside for a CBS television pilot starring Beatles drummer Ringo Starr, a young man jumped, fell, or was pushed from the roof. He struck the sidewalk beneath the Roosevelt's marquee, landing on the pavement among the engraved stars of the famous, the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Their names glittered in the sunlight. His disappeared before anyone learned it. No headlines, no family claims, no name. And 30 years later, he's still here, waiting for someone to finally say who he was. The Hollywood Roosevelt opened in 1927. The first Academy Awards were held in the Blossom Room. Marilyn Monroe lived here when Norma Jean became Marilyn. Max Baer Sr., a world heavyweight boxing champion, died of a heart attack inside his room after his son was born. His son, who would become Jethro on the original Beverly Hillbillies. Early Hollywood star Barry Fitzgerald struck and killed a woman just outside the lobby. Too many actor suicides and deaths to mention. The Hollywood Roosevelt isn't just a hotel, it's a witness. And if these walls could talk, they'd probably ask for a lawyer. By the early 90s, the shine had dimmed. The Oscars moved on. Tour buses still crawled past, but the red carpets were long gone. The Roosevelt stood watch, a beautiful face trying not to crack. And in that quiet, someone climbed to the roof. Saturday, May 15th, 1993. Early evening, sun still high enough to sting your eyes. Inside, a small crowd watched Ringo Starr play a guardian angel. They laughed. They clapped. They believed in happy endings, at least for that hour. Not one person inside noticed a young man making his way up. We only know that that day, whether by choice, by accident, or by force, he stepped into the air. He landed directly under the Roosevelt's marquee on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Not a back alley, not a hidden corner, right in front. And what happened next was worse. Guests pushed through the doors. They looked, and they kept moving. The Los Angeles Times would later run a short first-person column by Robin Morgan, a witness who described people stepping around the body as if it were nothing. No headline blitz, no frenzy, just a city pretending not to see. What's most frustrating is that he wasn't forgotten over the years. He was actively ignored in real time. The Los Angeles County coroner did what they always do. They documented, carefully, clinically. He had no wallet, no keys, no note. He was a male, listed as white or possibly Latino. Estimated age, 18 to 30. He was 5'7", around 155 pounds. Black hair, brown eyes. He had a scar on his abdomen, a tattoo on the right lower forearm, a skeletal head with RIP in block letters. He was wearing a purple and white short-sleeve shirt, size medium, a black plaid jacket, size medium, black pants, white Adidas sneakers, white socks, white briefs, and a necklace with a broken dragon medallion. Fingerprints were run through state and federal systems. Nothing. Dental record comparisons. Nothing. Missing persons checks across the country. Nothing. His case became a number in the National Missing and Unidentified Persons Database. Case number UP3736. I want to show you something. Because even after all this, there is a real photograph taken shortly after his death. For obvious reasons, I've placed a bar over the eyes, and I've blurred blood near his head. But the rest, what you're seeing on screen right now, is 100% real. He isn't twisted in fear. He looks past you, like he's focused on something beyond the lens. The clarity is unnerving, almost headshot quality. A face that should have been recognized, but wasn't. For those who can't or don't want to see that image, there's a forensic recreation. It's measured, less triggering, but it's him. Also, I've been digging. I've spoken with the Los Angeles Police Department, their Missing Persons Unit, and the LA County Coroner's Office. I've talked to investigators and to their legal team. They told me that if I want the full case file, the photographs, the internal notes, I have to subpoena the records. Because what's public isn't everything. From multiple independent sources, there are rumors, persistent but unconfirmed, that there are not one, not two, but up to 4 additional photographs never before released. Images showing the tattoos, the identifying body marks, the kind of evidence that could finally put a name to this man. But those images are locked away. A face that could be recognized, kept in a drawer. They have a clear photo of this young man's face. He died on the most famous sidewalk in America. And yet somehow, he's still anonymous. It's frustrating, especially in a city like Hollywood, a place that sells immortality. But in May 1993, a man died beneath the Roosevelt's lights, and Los Angeles looked away. 0 front page push, no nightly news cycle, just a brief column from a witness who refused to pretend like it didn't happen. The boulevard kept humming, the marquee kept glowing, and he slipped into a filing cabinet labeled unidentified. If these walls could talk, they wouldn't whisper legends. They'd ask why a man's name was allowed to vanish in broad daylight. This story doesn't have to end in silence. Someone out there knows this face. Someone out there remembers a friend who never came home in 1993. A son, a brother, a roommate who disappeared without a forward address. Here's what we do know. A male, possibly Latino, 18 to 30 years old, 5'7", 155 pounds. Black hair, brown eyes, abdominal scar, a skull tattoo with RIP on the right forearm, and a broken dragon medallion. If that sounds like someone you knew, if you recognize the photo or the reconstruction, contact the Los Angeles Police Department Missing Persons Unit or the LA County Medical Examiner Coroner and reference the number UP3736. I am pursuing the legal path to subpoena the full case file, including those rumored unreleased photographs. If you know who he was, if you remember a friend who never came home in 1993, you can still give him back what this city took away. His name.